for one fall, and it is for the EWF Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first is the challenger, hailing from Santa Monica, California, weighing 202 pounds, Bino Gambino! At this time, allow me to introduce the definition of pain, T-Rex. Introducing the current and defending EWF Heavyweight Champion from Detroit, Michigan, weighing in at 210 pounds, Dan the Man Kobrick.
This is the main event here tonight at Bloodlust 3. Dan the Man Kobrick defending the title against the man who won the Inland Title Series Battle Royal, Bino Gambino.
Attention please, I was informed right before this matchup that a new stipulation has been added. If Dan Kobrick is disqualified in this match for any reason, he will lose the championship to Bino Gambino.
Whoa! Well, finally someone has seen the light.
The title can't change hands on a disqualification.
Well, that is a normal rule, Mike, but when you have someone who exploits that rule to the degree Dan the Man Kobrick has, we obviously had to change that rule. We had to change that to make it a fair one-on-one contest. And even though it is one-on-one for the championship, you still have T-Rex at ringside. And virtually this rule, where if Dan the Man is disqualified for any reason, that takes away T-Rex at ringside. Because if Dan the Man is caught, if T-Rex is caught cheating in favor of Dan the Man, then Dan the Man will lose the championship here tonight.
And don't put it past Mondo Vega. He will disqualify Dan the Man Kobrick if things get out of control here in this matchup.
You gotta believe that that is definitely a monkey wrench in the works of Dan the Man Kobrick at this point. And it may even be frustrating him here right now. Beautiful single leg drop kick by Bino Gambino.
And all T-Rex is basically, he's a placeholder for that EWF heavyweight title. That's all he can do at ringside, because if he interjects himself in any way, and if he's caught, he's going to cost Dan the Man Kobrick a victory and his title here tonight. So you can bet Dan the Man Kobrick does not want T-Rex interrupting in any way, shape, or form.
I wanted to point out really quickly that this is a matchup where the roles are reversed from over a year ago, back at Thanksgiving Throwdown, where we have Bino Gambino, then heavyweight champion, defending the title against the winner of the Inland Title Series Battle Royal. That winner then was Dan the Man Kobrick. And now here the roles are changed. We have Bino Gambino. He's chasing for the belt, and he could get that belt here tonight after that enziguri to the side of the head.
Well, since returning to EWF from Mexico, Bino went on quite a losing streak, but finally was able to right the ship. Oh!
Plancha out of the floor on the Dan the Man.
Well, Bino was finally able to right the ship and pick up some key victories, culminating in that win when he won the Inland Title Series Battle Royal, making him the #1 contender here tonight. It's all come together. It's all come back into fruition for Bino Gambino finally. Now can he grasp the brass ring here tonight? Can he climb to the top of the mountain one more time and become a 3-time EWF heavyweight champion? It's looking really good for Bino right now, Larry.
Well, he had a chance before, but he couldn't get the job done, unfortunately, because of Sonny Sampson and T-Rex interference in that matchup. But here tonight, that is going to be null and void right now.
Well, Bino is at a distinct advantage here tonight, because if Bino gets disqualified, big deal. He's got nothing to lose. And oh my God!
Well, it was a good thing they closed the snack shack early. Look at this, they are tearing this arena apart.
They're all over the place, and we've seen this exact same thing with Dan the Man Kobrick's associate, Terex. We've seen them go all over the arena. We've seen Terex use Bino Gambino as a human bowling ball, throwing him to the chairs, which are like pins. But now, listen to this crowd, this EWF arena. They have erupted. They are all behind Bino Gambino.
Wait a minute, they're coming up here.
Oh, they're coming to the stage. We better watch out, Larry.
They're right next to us.
Right to the wall.
They almost put another hole in the wall.
Oh, look at Bino Gambino.
This wouldn't be the first time they put a hole in the wall.
Oh my God!
A suplex right in front of us, Mike.
Right over the stage. Did you feel the stage shake, Larry?
I know the monitor shook. I know we were shaking. The camera was shaking. After that,
we gotta be ready to move at a moment's notice here. They may come over to the commentary booth.
European uppercut by the challenger. And now they're finally bringing him. It looks like they're finally gonna bring him back into the ring.
On the floor.
Chopping away on the champion at ringside. And Terex, all he could do is watch on. Holy crap, what a chop by the champion.
What we've seen match after match here tonight, but these two, they're taking it to a whole new level, Larry. Can you feel the electricity?
Oh my God!
What an enziguri there by Gambino.
Well, Dan the Man definitely felt that enziguri. And you can see Terex cheering on his man because that's all he can do at this point.
Look at Gambino. He is confident. He is cocky. He is the new champ.
No! Could only get a 2 count on that one, Mike. And Bino now still staying in control of this. Scoops him up. Plants him right at the side of the ring there. Comes off the ropes. Wait a minute. Rolling Thunder into the leg drop. Covers him. Hooks the leg. Will this be it? Bino gets a 2 count again. Bino, you gotta believe he's got only about 1 or 2 Bino mites away from getting a victory here and becoming the champion for a 3rd time.
Dan the Man Kobrick, do not count him out, because despite winning by nefarious means, he has taken on all comers. He has beat Bino Gambino. He has beat Brandon Gatson. He even beats rookies like Espiritu Infernal. It doesn't matter. He finds a way to win. And just like Bino Gambino is a Bino mite away from picking up a victory, Dan the Man Kobrick is a fisherman's buster or a Finley finish away from picking up a victory and retaining his title. It can really, literally go either way at this point. There is no clear-cut winner in this matchup, Larry.
It only takes 3 seconds, and we've said it before, we've seen it again. Back at No Excuses, we've seen him go through each other's finisher time and time again. Bino having to go through 3 Bino mites. And Dan the Man was not going to be denied in that night. And if it wasn't for Sonny Sampson, Bino Gambino probably would be our champion right now. We'll never know that now. All we can know now is wait for the outcome, for this matchup to be over. And we will see who our heavyweight champion will be at the end of this matchup. Kobrick now, elbow right into the lower back of Bino Gambino. Comes off the ropes one more time for another elbow drop.
Well, how much has the strategy, how much is the game plan of Dan the Man Kobrick and Terex, how much has that changed with that wrinkle that was thrown into their plans with that stipulation? You gotta believe they came in here planning to cheat. They came in here playing distract Mondo Vega and having Terex interject himself at some point in this matchup. And you know that those plans, they've flown out the window now. So Dan the Man Kobrick, he's got to do it all by himself. And so far, he is doing that. He is holding his own in that ring against Bino Gambino, who was fired up and really taking Dan the Man to town early in this matchup. But listen to this crowd, Larry.
Well, we've said it before that Dan the Man has won the title, retained the title by shady occasions, shady differences. But there have been times, there have been a handful of times where he has done it on his own. Terex and Sampson were interjected. They were taken out of the ringside. And he was still managed to walk away from the Knights of Columbus Hall as a champion. So this man, he can do it on his own if he has to. And he definitely has to here. Bino Gambino trying to clothesline Dan the Man up and over. Finally managing just to send him through the rope.
Push him out. You know what? He can't get him up over the top rope. Kobrick's dead weight. He just pushed him over the middle rope, and that's all you needed to do.
Sometimes you don't have to try that hard. There is such a thing as trying too hard.
That's right. Work smarter, not harder, Larry.
But Bino, he is waiting for Kobrick to get back up to his feet, and you can see Terex trying to help up Dan the Man. Bino not coming. Up and over. Holy crap! Up and over. Tope con Hilo. He took out Terex, and Dan the Man was nowhere to be found on that one. He took a big sidestep, and now he's going after Bino Gambino.
Bino Gambino considering himself with Terex, and you almost don't have to at this point because of the stipulation. And look at Kobrick. Kobrick's got to worry about his opponent in the ring. He can't worry about these fans here at ringside that absolutely hate Dan the Man Kobrick. I mean, they hate him, Larry. The hatred is, I mean, listen to this crowd getting on Dan the Man Kobrick, chiding him about his weight.
Well, ever since I can remember back when he was a tag team champion and then the American champion, the fans here at Knights of Columbus Hall never liked Dan the Man Kobrick, and they never liked him because of his wrestling style, because of the fact that he takes shortcuts, because of the fact that he's in there, he may be all business, but he is willing to cheat to win, and he's proud of that.
And look at these knife-edge chops by Bino, just going to town on the chest of Dan the Man Kobrick. But now Dan the Man Kobrick with some chops of his own. What's he setting up for? Suplex here. Bino blocks it.
Dan the Man, again, trying to go for that suplex, but Bino blocking it. Suplex, drops him face first into a gourd buster. Bino Gambino has to go for the cover now. This could be his time to shine. We could have a new champion after that gourd buster. But look at this, Bino. He can't even roll over for the cover. He's taking such a beating at the hands of Kobrick from this matchup.
And Bino Gambino, this is the X Factor, Larry. If Kobrick has Terex in his corner, Bino Gambino has every single one of these fans in his corner. That is the X Factor. Bino Gambino feeds off the fans. He feeds off that adrenaline rush that these fans provide him when they start chanting his name.
He misses it, but he got caught with a reverse DDT by the champion. There's a hook of the leg. 1, 2, at 2 count. Dan the Man still has to work on him. He may be a Finley finish away from beating Bino Gambino here tonight. Dan the Man, no, I think he may be going for it now. I think he may have heard me. Trying to set up here. No, he's going for a Fisherman Buster. Bino reverses. The roll up here, the Okada roll with a bridge. And Kobrick barely kicks out at 2.
Great way to push off Gambino, not let him get the full connect with the bridge there. But Bino
Victory roll. 1, 2. And again, so close. Bino leaned over too much. That momentum was enough for Kobrick to kick out with. Chop to the chest by the champion. Forearm shot by the champion again. Sends him into the opposite corner. Bino reverses instead. Bino coming in. Stand up and over, but lands on his feet. Gets caught on the apron by the champion. Kobrick with a shot to the back one more time. And you can hear the fans. It is deafening here at the Knights of Columbus Hall for Bino Gambino. Kobrick looks like he's going to go for a superplex here. Bino trying to block it. And he throws off Dan the Man. Bino's up on the top rope now. Could we see a frog splash? Oh, he dove into an empty pull on that one, Mike. The big splash missed. Now, wait a minute. Double underhook here. Tiger driver by the champion. 1, 2. This.
Oh! That was so close, Larry. And Bino, where did that come from? He reached down deep and he found something inside himself. He found the will to go on. He can taste the gold, Larry. It's right there.
Mondo Vega was just a millimeter away from counting 3 on that.
2 3/4. Listen to this crowd. This crowd is electric, Larry. They're on fire.
Dan the Man now sends him into the opposite corner. Charges in after him. Bino catches him with a kick to the face.
Ran right into the boot of Bino Gambino. What's he set him up for here?
Another victory roll. Dan reverses. Wait a minute. He's got the ropes. And Bino kicks out at 2. That was very close for Dan the Man. Retaining the title at all costs, Mike. He is in a situation where if he is caught, he can be disqualified and he can lose the belt.
He could have lost the belt right there if Mondo Vega would have looked up and seen that. Oh, he missed with the enziguri there.
Wait a minute, he sidestepped the big boot. Here comes the Lion Salt. Terex is up on the apron.
No, Mondo, don't concern yourself with him. 1, 2, 3. That's it. We should have a new champ, Larry.
Terex is trying to get in, but Terex can't interfere.
That's a DQ.
Bino Gambino now with a stare down at Terex. He's actually goading Terex to get in the ring because he can.
Oh, no, no, no. Not this way.
He just got nailed with the belt. He just got nailed with the belt. And if Mondo Vega had seen this, we would have a new champion.
Bino kicked out. He kicked out, Larry.
After a cheap shot with the belt, Bino still kicks out. Dan the Man, you can see in his eyes, he can feel the title is losing his grip.
It's slipping away. It's slipping away. It's 3 seconds away from the grip of Bino Gambino. Where is he finding this from, Larry?
That's his will to determination. That's his strive. That's from years of becoming a champion here in EWF. He is a former 2-time heavyweight champion, and he has kicked and crawled and scraped his way to this moment to become a 3-time champion.
That is definitely the fighting spirit of Bino Gambino. Can he get out of this? It looks like he's going for a superplex. Kobrick is off the top rope. Bino Gambino able to fight off of it.
Wait a minute.
Oh, no! He got Mondo Vega by accident.
I don't think that was an accident. I think Kobrick pulled Mondo Vega into that missile drop kick. We have no referee for this matchup, and virtually that no disqualification clause. That disqualification clause can be null and void if the referee can't call it. He can't see it if he can't call it. Bino rolls under the clothesline, kicks him in the midsection.
Wait a minute!
The Bino
Mine! Bino mine! Cover Bino! 1, 2, 3! Come on!
The referee nowhere for that cover.
Come on! We should have a new champion right now, Larry.
This is exactly what happened to him. Back at no excuses.
Twice over, Larry. Twice over. Bino has been screwed out of the heavyweight title. And through no fault of his own. Dan the Man Kobrick fighting. Wait a minute, no!
Here comes the Finley finish. And he nails him with it right in the center of the ring.
Oh, come on!
But Dan the Man, he can't even roll over for the cover. Again, Mondo Vega is still taken out of this match. And now Terex has a chair. Terex has a chair, and he's going to try to slide it over to Dan Kobrick. I don't think Kobrick sees it now. Kobrick calling for the chair. Bino catches the chair.
No, Bino, no, don't do it!
And he catches Dan the Man with the chair. And he cracks the skull of Terex with the chair. I'm not sure if Mondo Vega saw that. Here comes the second Bino Mike.
Bino Mike! Wait a minute! Mondo's calling for the bell! Wait,
Justin Gordon in the ring! He counted 3!
New champion!
Justin Gordon made the 3 count, but I thought I saw out of the corner.
And your winner and new EWF heavyweight champion, Bino Gambino!
Justin Gordon made the 3 count. Coming in, he felt that Mondo Vega could not make the cover, but I swear I thought I saw Mondo. I don't know if he was calling for the bell. I thought I saw some life left in him before Justin Gordon came in to make the save.
I don't know, Larry. I don't know what's...
Justin Gordon is arguing with Mondo Vega right now that he had to make the 3 count. We had no official. We needed an official for this matchup.
You might be right, Larry. Mondo Vega is calling Troy Stone over.
Now Mondo Vega is the official for this matchup, and we even have Jesse Hernandez here at ringside. We're having a debate now, and that is a sad situation to have because we have Bino Gambino. He just became a 3-time heavyweight champion here in EWF.
Larry, I think this call's going to get reversed.
Your attention, please. The referee's decision has been reversed. Bino Gambino has been disqualified for using the chair. Therefore, your winner and still EWF Heavyweight Champion, Dan the Man Kobrick.
Holy crap, Mike, this is a huge miscarriage of justice in my opinion.
Larry, you're right, but you know what? The rules are the rules. Bino Gambino used that chair, and unfortunately Mondo Vega saw it, and that is a disqualification, as much as I hate to admit it. Listen to this crowd. Listen to this crowd. Justin Borden's pissed off at Mondo Vega. He's just doing his job.
Justin Borden just threw Mondo Vega in the ring. He threw him to the wolves. Bino Gambino now in the ring with Mondo Vega. Mondo Vega was just doing his job. He was the official for this matchup. He unfortunately saw Bino Gambino hit Dan the Man with a chair, and that was grounds for a disqualification. Wait a minute! Bino just hit Mondo! He just hit Mondo Vega, and now Zoom with Bino, my number 2. Well, even though I gotta believe Bino Gambino had the right idea of getting some revenge on Mondo Vega, again, I gotta believe that he's gonna suffer some heavy fines after that, Mike.
That could have cost him his next title shot. I would say he was definitely entitled to a rematch, but right in front of Jesse Hernandez, you attack an official, and he's not done yet. He's not done yet, Larry.
Oh, come on, Bino. He was just doing his job. He was just doing his job. That's all he was doing.
Well, it doesn't deserve this.
Wait a minute. Another Bino by number 2. Obviously, Bino is frustrated over the fact that he literally had the gold in his hands. He was going to walk away with the belt, but he didn't walk away fast enough for the referees to make their decision.
And Mondo Vega snatched defeat from the jaws of victory.
I know as long as everybody here knew that I got screwed tonight, Jesse Hernandez. So I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tell you what right here, right now. I don't care if it's chairs, buckles, cones. I don't give a rat's ass what it is. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. Whatever it is, whatever type of match you want, I want that belt. I want my belt. These people want me to have the heavyweight belt. So take it away from me.
Well, the fans have not left yet because they want to know. They want to see if Bino will get his rematch.
That's an impassioned plea by Bino Gambino.
Remember that match you had last year?
Wait a minute.
Adventure?
Choose your own adventure.
Whatever.
Choose your own adventure, Bino.
Choose your own adventure match. Would you like to do that?
Jesse, the easy thing to do would to be say yes, Jesse. I'm totally cool with that. But the truth of the matter is, Jesse, I don't care about just me. I care about all these Filipino maniacs. And the truth of the matter is if I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. Choose your own adventure match. My match. I'm undefeated in it. Jason King is not here. Won't come back. Personally during that match, I'll do the same exact thing to Kobrick.
Well, let's do it.